Hey guys, welcome to Saturday question and answer here on Digital Outlook. I'll tell you what a morning we got going. It's so beautiful out here. It's as mild can be. And we got lots of errands. Of course, it's Saturday. I'm sure you're all hustling and bustling out there and trying to get all your weekend plans done. I mean, everybody's working for the weekend, but then when the weekend comes, everybody's working because, of course, all the things that got put on the shelf during the week, like the laundry, like the this, like the that, of course, a lot of times gets, scheduled. Oh, well, I'll catch that on the weekend. And, of course, your weekends end up being absolutely loaded and as busy as possibly can be. Well, anyways, guys, needless to say, I'm sure glad that the weekends are here, that's for sure. And I sure hope that you're going to have a great Saturday. Now, the question that I picked to answer today is a big one that comes out a lot in this space, and it's about, can the circulating supply as it is right now, can we see XRP see some serious percentage gains like we have in prior bull runs, considering like where the circulating supply is? Now, right now, as we all know, the max supply for XRP is 100 billion. Presently, that circulating supply is somewhere in the neighborhood between 53 and 54 billion, but it's about that 53, 54 billion. And a lot of times when you come out and you talk about, XRP seeing some big time price gains, and you hear these technical analysis guys come out and say, hey, it could be like 2 figures, 3 figures, maybe by the end of this bull run. A lot of people come out. The first thing they say is it's absolutely impossible for XRP to hit that due to the tokenomics. But guys, they don't even understand what the definition of tokenomics is. And I want to help you a little bit with this one. So when you're dealing with tokenomics, the best way to wrap your brain around it would be kind of like the monetary policy. So let's imagine that, if you wanted to equate the XRP ledger with the United States, and of course the native currency on the XRP ledger is XRP, and in the United States, it's the US dollar. Well, the monetary policy that goes into play in the US for how they utilize, their financial responsibility and the currency and all that. And of course, the Federal Reserve controls a lot of that. Well, that's how you have to look at tokenomics. It's how the governance, the policies, the this, the that, how it's used. It's not just the circulating supply. There's so many other factors to it. Now, a lot of times when people talk about tokenomics, they're just thinking numbers and they leave out some of the very absolutely fundamental other factors in the marketplace that most folks don't even consider. And the big one is the global money supply. Now, I did a video many months ago, and you might have to search for it, but the title of that video is "These Tokenomics Could Make You an Absolute Fortune." And in there, I absolutely do a deep dive into all the various tokenomics and things like that. And I absolutely show you what the global money supply is and how it can literally, it is absolutely phenomenal when you look at that and you look at this space. So when you're talking the global money supply, let's talk about some things that we absolutely know for certain where people have come out and said, well, one of the things that I have oftentimes quoted saying is, I quote Larry Fink. And Larry Fink was out, he was doing a symposium and he was on the stage. He was asked some questions about this space, and he literally came out and he said, hey, listen, the next evolution of these markets is the tokenization of securities. Well, when he said that from a global money supply perspective, the absolute dollar value for all markets, now if you take derivatives out of there, but just stock markets alone, was around $89.5 trillion when he made that comment. At the time, this entire digital asset space was valued at 900 billion, which was an absolute blip. And right now, I think the total market supply is just a little over 1 trillion. It's really not that big right now in that capacity. And the markets and the stock markets have certainly increased since he made that comment and that type of thing. And if you were just to tokenize the securities markets, can you fathom the difference in price of some of these assets. Because, hey, it's not going to come over. They're not going to tokenize it all, and it's not going to be democratized where it's every little ecosystem gets an equal share. Absolutely not. Some of them, like the XRP ledger, are going to get the lion's share of what's coming over. It's kind of like in the realty market, where 5% of the realtors make 90% of the sales kind of deal. It's going to go down like that. And when you think about that, think about the valuations that can absolutely be a spinoff. Now, before people get out there and say, oh, well, but that's never going to happen, blah, 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 and throw all that fat on the fire, how about we say this? The Depository Trust and Clearing Corp. Now, those who don't really know who the DTCC is, you go and research who they are. Now, all of the major trading houses have a stake in the Depository Trust and Clearing Corp. And what it does, it absolutely has, trillions of dollars of transactional volume a day in the settlements of global trade on all these markets. Well, as we know, and I've said this before, they signed up not too long ago with R3 Corda. You go research this. And they did that in order to facilitate instant settlement in the marketplace. Now, when you think about instant settlement in the marketplace, for them it used to be 3 business days for settlement, and they're talking about moving that forward to 30 minutes, which I guess is instant when you consider the difference there. But R3 Corda utilizes XDC and XRP to facilitate those instant settlements. Go check that out. You'll see that. Now, another thing to consider when you're talking about just the tokenization of securities and how that alone would impact this market, think about this. The wide world, and the G20 last week just came out and said that, hey, they're moving forward with the institution of their central bank digital currencies in all these nation states and digital IDs and global regulatory clarity to govern it. So we know CBDCs are coming, right? Well, if you're investing in the markets, what are you using to invest with? Well, of course, right now you're using the monetary instruments that are issued out there now, fiat currency, whatever jurisdiction you're in, whether it be Germany, England, United States, whatever. When you go into your markets or online trading, they take it out of your bank account and fiat and all that. Well, when you're dealing with central bank digital currencies, what do you got there? A digital currency. Well, doesn't it make sense that digital currencies will be utilized to, purchase digitally tokenized securities? You got it. Guys, don't think that XRP cannot see a monumental, absolutely major run-up. If we're going to see what we think and what we know to be coming down the road, what the prices are today in terms of market, circulating supply going down the road, absolutely, I believe 100% that circulating supply, in fact, max supply really is not going to have as big an impact as what people think in the terms of like, oh, it's so much, it can't, the tokenomics don't support it. Guys, that's absolute hogwash. Go watch that video that I did back there, research it on my channel. These tokenomics could make you an absolute fortune. You go watch that, and I'm telling you what, it will be a major, major eye-opener, to be sure. And that is a big question that gets out there all the time, especially when people are talking about, hey, the potential price appreciation for XRP, tokenomics, circulating supply, on and on and on and on. And as we know, the amount of FUD that gets thrown out there with respect to this is totally off the charts. And in fact, it always has been, guys. That's why I was putting my video out there last night, where we're talking about, hey, you go back, look at some of these comments from way back in the way back machine there, and you see what people were thinking and feeling. Guys, it's the same. It was the absolute same. Even back then, yes, the melody has changed, to be sure. The people even doing the singing have changed, to be sure. But the song is the same. And that's why, for me and for Judy, it gets us very excited because it feels just like it did back then. And back then, we were brand new into the space. We do no difference. Like when you go to Disneyland for your first time, and you don't know what to expect. I mean, you've heard a lot, you've thought a lot, maybe you looked on, saw, oh, it looks exciting, but then you get there and you go on and you start tooling around, you go on those rides and you're totally mesmerized and blown away by it. And then, maybe a couple years go by, blah, 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 and on and on and on. Then you think, hey, you know what? we're taking another vacation to Disneyland. And boy, you start getting excited because you know what it was. That's what it feels like. We know what it was. The first time we had no idea. And it really, really, we were like everybody else, kind of riding it along and just seeing what was about that. I'm telling you, it feels exactly like it did back then. And that's why we get so excited in this space about what's about to happen. Because guys, it's our personal belief. We are about to see something that is literally going to leave people genuinely gobsmacked. Just like in 2017. All those people, blah, blah, blah. I think I'm done with it. I think I'm out. I can't take it anymore. Out they went. And what happened? One of the greatest opportunities for financial change in their lives that they probably ever had seen, at least up to that point there. And I'm telling you guys, that's what I think. That's what I believe. That's what I feel is about to take place in this space too. So, hey, you go out there, you do your own research. You come to your own conclusions. But I'll tell you what, my mind's made. That's for sure. So guys, I'll tell you what, I sure hope that you enjoyed that. You got a little bit out of it. Enjoy your Saturday. Get out there, do what you need to do. Hey, all your shopping. Hey, like, I used to call, when we were kids, there was this store called the Byway. And on Saturday, it was jam-packed. And I used to call it the push and shove shop. That's about what it's like. You're going to Costco to do groceries today. I'll tell you what, you're a courageous soul to go out and do it on a Saturday. But if that's the only day you get to do it, I sure hope whatever you're doing, you really enjoy it. Well, guys, tomorrow we're doing our Sugar on Sunday. And it is going to be a great one. So until then, I sure hope you have a fantastic Saturday and take care.